Hi everyone, thank you for joining me back here again on the 401 Files. It's an absolute pleasure, as I always say, to have each and every one of you here joining me on this video. So today's video, we're going to talk about the last post that I made, which was the UK Wild Camping 2020, and the little hook line that I put there was Voices in the Woods. So we're going to chat about that video because obviously it divided a lot of opinions, and a lot of people had questions down in the comments box below as well. So I'm going to take this time to address them and hopefully make more sense for you guys of what actually happened on that trip. So just before we dive into this video, guys, really quickly, I've had a lot of people ask me if there is somewhere they can go to support the 401 Files. And yes, there is. Recently I set up a Patreon page, and over at my Patreon page there is different tiers. Each tier will offer a different reward system, and they start from $1 a month to $20, $50 a month. And like I said, each different tier will offer you a different benefit, a different perk. So yeah, head over there, I'll leave a link down below in this video and you guys can support me over on Patreon. So where do I start? Yesterday's video, what a response that video had. Like I said, it divided a lot of opinions. One half of the people were saying that this was a great video, well edited, had me on the edge of my seat, absolutely loved the longer videos. And a few other people were saying that this is a con, it's clickbait, and all the usual types of remarks you would expect to get from such a long video. I mean, it's a long video, it's nearly 40 minutes long, I think. And so to keep people's interest for 40 minutes and nobody have anything negative to say at all is very difficult. So I'm pleased that I only got a small number of those people commenting down in the box below. And the Rendlesham Forest video as well, which was over an hour long. I'm very fortunate that the majority of people watching my videos, my longer videos, are still very pleasant, still very polite, and really enjoy the content. However, there is a few people, a few trolls, a few negative remarks that do come on these videos, and that's expected. Like I said, I can't be expected to please everybody every minute of every video. They're just too long, and I'm only human. So one of the things that I want to address really quickly is down in the comments box below yesterday, somebody claimed that I was a fake, a fraud, a con artist. And I just want to clear that up right away, because for any of you that have been watching my videos now for any length of time, you will know that there is quite a few videos on the channel already, and amongst those videos there is only a handful of them that have something significant, something strange, weird or wacky going on. A lot of my videos, I get out there and I come back and nothing's happened other than me just talking to you guys about my recent thoughts or a book that I've read, and that's the way my videos go. However, if something does happen, it's my job as a creator to explain and describe this in the best way I can to you guys, because I have to bring you into the video. I have to show you and make you understand what I'm feeling or thinking. And that's the same thing that books do. Because you aren't there in the story, a book goes into great detail to entice the reader, and that's my job as well. So if I am thinking something that's creeped me out, or I've heard a noise that spooked me, you guys are going to hear about that, and that's my job to put that across in the video. That's not me being fake, that's not me fraudulent or a con artist, it's just me trying to bring you into the story as best I can because you guys are there with me. Now, one of the comments specifically said that I'm a con artist because they didn't hear the voices in the woods, and the title said Voices in the Woods. Now, I'm sorry that the title said Voices in the Woods, but in the video I said that I heard voices in the woods. I can't try and cater for everybody's hearing quality or ability. I'm not sure whether you've got good hearing or whether you didn't hear it or you did hear it. All I know is I heard voices in the woods, and so that's going to be the title of my video, because that is exactly what I heard. I mentioned it earlier on in the day that I'd heard voices in the woods when I was filming, and I mentioned it when I got in the tent after Carrie had already brought it up that she'd heard the same. That is not me being a con artist, that's just you not being able to hear what I heard, and I'm sorry for that. But I never would ever con you. There was voices that I heard or thought I heard. I could never 100% say there were voices, but to me they definitely sounded like they were. Carrie said the same. It could have been wind through the trees, but I've camped out hundreds of times before in this very location, and often in much windier conditions. I've never heard wind sound like that on that night. So if you think that I conjured simply because you didn't hear the voices, then I'm very sorry, but your interpretation of what conning somebody means is very different to mine, because like I said, I can't do any more than say what I heard. That's all I can do. So I'm sorry that you didn't hear it, but I did, and the title is exactly what was said in the video, Voices Heard in the Woods. Now, one thing I will hold my hands up to and say that I go over the top with is the thumbnails. And I'm going to explain why, and hopefully you guys will be mature enough to understand this. I love a good clickbait thumbnail, and what I mean by clickbait is not something that doesn't deliver in the video, because that is true clickbait. But what I mean by clickbait is over the top, pictures of aliens, UFOs, those kind of thumbnails make me want to click. And if they make me want to click, then I'm hoping that it makes other people want to come click and watch my channel as well, because I always deliver. You'll never find any thumbnail of mine that didn't deliver in the video. Like yesterday's thumbnail, it said voices in the woods. Now in the video, I claimed numerous times to have heard these voices in the woods. Now if that said voices in the woods and it was a video of me gardening, then pull me up for that. But I will never ever falsify or try to con you guys with my thumbnails. However, I will always tell you right up front that they're going to be over the top, and there is a reason for that. Any of you guys that follow me on Facebook will know that I'm an artist. I love to do art and paintings, and for me, the editing side of video making is very artistic. Like, to line those clips and those scenes in order to set a story or tell the story is very artistic. And it's the same with the thumbnails. That's another source or another way for me to show my creative side, my artistic side, and I fully love to just go out there, and that's what I do. So yeah, I will never ever fake or falsify what's happening in the video. They will always be in correlation with each other, but I do love to go over the top with my thumbnails. And as somebody who creates videos now on YouTube, I look at other people's channels and I admire their thumbnails. Thumbnails that are really wacky and in your face. They've got a picture of Bigfoot dragging some guy across the ground, but then the title or the little description in the thumbnail is exactly what's delivered in that video. I couldn't care what you put in your thumbnail, as long as the video delivers, and that is always what I will do. So please understand that over the top, wacky, in your face thumbnails are something that I absolutely love, and I hope you guys do as well. Once you click the thumbnail and you come into the video will deliver whatever the thumbnail says. I hope I've explained that as best I can. Again, it's just my way to be creative, and that is what I love to do. Now, another comment that kept coming up down below in the comments box was, why did you both stay in the tent talking for so long if you was really that scared? And I just want to make this very, very clear. First of all, looking back on reflection, we should have maybe got out of there sooner. But it's always easy to be brave from the comfort of your own home. When you're actually in these moments, the way you act, the things you say are very different to the way you would act if you were sat here at home on your sofa. So looking back at the video now, I can see it myself. I think we should have maybe got out of there sooner. But again, in that moment, it's a very different world, and you have a very different mindset than when you sat here in the comfort of your own home. What I will say is that at no point for me, I'm not sure, I can't speak for Carrie, but at no point for me did I feel threatened to a point where I just wanted to rip the door open on the tent and get the hell out of there. There was never a moment where I thought, we're gonna die. And this was more of a, wow, I can hear voices, like this is so creepy, like there's someone talking off in the distance and there should be no one here. It was kind of that vibe. The only time that was increased is when Carrie said that she heard a footstep outside the tent. But again, me being logical, I was thinking it is windy, something could have fallen outside the tent, and I actually even said to Carrie in the video that I never heard it. But at no point was the fear level so high that I just wanted to rip the tent door open and get the hell out of there. So that kind of explains why we maybe stayed in the tent as long as we did, talking between ourselves. Another thing that people kept asking or mentioning was that the dog didn't seem fazed at all during this video. And I obviously edit my own videos, so I get to see everything before you guys do, and that was something that I noticed as well. I can't say that I was looking out for it on the night, because to be honest, my head was on a swivel. I was looking everywhere. I mean, if you can imagine, I've just exited a tent where I potentially heard multiple men out in the dark in the middle of a woods in deep conversation. So for me, when I was out of that tent, I wasn't paying any attention to Lula really. I was just looking around to see if I could spot any kind of torchlight, firelight, or hear any more noises over the wind. But yeah, the dog wasn't fazed. I'm not sure why that was. I'm never going to make it out like she was, because that would only make me more, that's me trying to build a story of something that wasn't there. Like if I started saying the dog was creeped out and she was snarling and all these different things when she actually wasn't, that is me being a fraud, that is me being a fake. And so I left it in there on the video for you guys to see. The dog didn't seem fazed, she was just prancing around, and to me, Tallulah just wanted to get out of the rain and back to the car. But I must note something to you as well, is that Tallulah isn't a guard dog. It's not in her nature. She would never be a dog, even if she did hear something, to go running off, snarling, barking, chasing people. She would never do that. And even if she saw me getting attacked, I can quite honestly tell you right now that she would never ever have my back. She'd never protect me because it's just not in her nature. So that's all I can tell you on that one, is that the dog wasn't fazed, she wasn't bothered. I'm not sure why that was. Maybe it's because of her nature, maybe she just didn't hear anything. But I don't know. I don't know why she wasn't fazed. I'm definitely not going to make it out like she was if she wasn't. So hopefully you guys respect that as well. But I have no answers. She just wanted to get back to the car and out of the rain. Hopefully now guys, this little recap video has cleared a few things up for you. And the video's doing so well. I'm checking the analytics all the time. You guys are so supportive of everything I do. I just wanted to clear things up because when I set out to make this channel 2 years ago, one of the things I had in mind was I'm never going to be a fake, I'm never going to be a fraud, and I'm definitely not. I'd rather quit my YouTube channel before I start doing anything like that, because that's just not true to who I am. And like I said, I have to set the scene. I can never not do that because there'll be nothing to watch. If I don't explain to you guys how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking, then I'm not doing my job as a creator. As a creator, it's my job to create the mood, set the scene, paint the picture. I have to do these things for you, otherwise you don't get any idea or insight as to how creepy it really is. But I hope that you guys understand this, and I hope that you really enjoy the future content that's coming to the channel. You guys have been amazing. Like I said, go over to Patreon, help support the 401 files. Every little does truly, truly help. And for as little as $1 a month, or up to $50 a month, whatever you feel like you're capable of affording, you can help support the 401 files, and every little does help. So please head over there and show some support. Like I said, thank you all so much. You're amazing. The support I get on this channel is incredible. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep creating content, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Stay tuned.